I'm Mark Beelan, the community liaison at Avow, and I am here with Michael Overway, who's the executive director of the Hunger and Homeless Coalition. I know that Michael's very involved with groups in the community, and I was recently speaking to him about what both Avow and the Hunger and Homeless Coalition had been involved with since the pandemic has hit our area and the rest of the world. And he had given me some updates and also shared a story about how our staff had been providing hospice care for a homeless person that he had encountered. So, Michael, can you please share the story of what you had shared with me previously?
Sure, and thanks, Mark. And again, I want to thank Avow for all they do in the community. Avow has been a tremendous community partner on a myriad of fronts. Leading some of the coalitions out in Immokalee and attending a lot of the meetings here in Naples. So thank you for that. So the story is, our outreach coordinator, Mitch Watson, and myself were out visiting some of the camps over the last few weeks, making sure folks had enough meals in their camps. And we came across a camp where there was a woman in her late 50s, and she was extraordinarily sad. And so Mitch was talking to a couple other campers in the camp, and I went over and said, hey, is there anything that we can do for you? And she said, well, my husband had been in the hospital, and hospice had been taking care of him through Avow, and he passed away last night. And through her tears, she recants this story of how, not only was he treated with such dignity from Avow, but she was. It was an odd time because she was intermittently allowed in and out of his room. She couldn't stay by his bedside the whole time, but the Avow hospice folks reached out to her. And, she just told this story through her tears of how, he was handled with such wonderful hands, and she felt that that experience is something that helped to soften her loss. She directly recalled that. So, I think it's amazing, again, when you have those opportunities in life to reach out and serve others. And I think Avow has done an extraordinary job in this case of serving a homeless individual. Her husband, they had been married 40 years, who was in the process of passing away, and cared for them so deeply. It was a moving experience for her. Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for also everything you do and the Hunger and Homeless Coalition. I know that you've been very busy recently, maybe busier than ever, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a true statement. Business has exponentially increased daily over the last few months.
Well, I appreciate all you do. And again, thank you for sharing that. For years, I've been talking about how we provide services for everybody in the community, including homeless people if they need those services. And so to have a story like that is something we really appreciate.